Hello everyone. Let me just change my volume here to my headphones. There we go. That's weird. Usually it's not this quiet. I don't have to usually put it at 70 to hear things. Maybe it's just the background music. I don't know. Anyways, welcome back to my channel. And I know I said we're going to do RAW back to back. But it's just the bonus episodes. And since I did his endings, I kind of want to get into Koharu. I will do his endings next. I only have time for one video today. I was going to do two, but then I started way too late. So we're going to do Koharu's, and I don't know if we're going to do the first chapter or not, chapter 5, because we have a lot of choices to go through, because we didn't see any of his affection ups, I don't think. Maybe like one or two in the first couple episodes or a couple of chapters. But I know chapter 4 is going to be completely different, and that might take up a whole hour by itself. I don't know. So if we're at an hour before we get to chapter 5, we're not going to do chapter 5 yet. It'll just be common root. In the past, the choices have been really short, so I was able to include like the first chapter just to make it longer. But as the game goes on, the choices start being completely different from each other. Like, I remember when I first did Hibiki and Kuraha, like almost every choice was the same in both until chapter 5. They had 5 common root chapters in the early game, and now they only have 4. And Toka, I think, only has 4 as well. So let's continue from Prologue. And we're going to be skipping through this quickly. We're not going to be rereading it or anything. So Prologue, we're going to be escape reality with something delicious. I will leave timestamps down below if you want to see any of them, or if you want to just skip to like the beginning of chapter 4, which I think is where it might deviate, but I'm not going to really put specific timestamps for individual lines or new lines. Like, they come so quickly that it's just going to like overflow the timestamps. I noticed that there's usually a different line for everything, and since most of the choices here are going to be different anyway, I'm just going to leave timestamps for the choices. If you are playing your own version and you just want to know what they are. Anyway, enough talking. Alright, go and pray. I'm going to try to remember all the context in this, but I can't guarantee anything. So he said he's going to follow us, I'm pretty sure. I know what divert his attention is. We're like, hey, look at that, give me a treat over there, but we're going to give up. Please don't follow me home. I love that face of his, like, I totally do. So we're going to go ahead and keep going. We've already seen it. Alright, I'm going to tell him our name. I love this image so much. Issa Ishiki. My throat closed tight and I managed to say my name out loud. When I answered, the man before me softened and smiled ever so slightly.
Misaka. 素直なのか、恐れ知らずなのか。怪異相手に名を教えるのは得策じゃねえぞ。
I only told him my name because I was so scared of him. I was worried he might do something worse to me if I stayed quiet. And yet telling him my name did seem to make him relax slightly.
ま、素直なやつは扱いやすくていい。気に入ったぜ。俺の名は小春。ミサ、今日からてめえは俺の犬だ。禁忌を犯した代償を払ってもらうぜ。
He says this and he turns into a big softie. With that, he roughly let go of my chin. So I'm going to go through and reread all the things that he says for his affections, just to re-put it into our minds because it's been over a month since I did the common root. But now we're going to. I don't remember if there was a perspective change for him or not. So let me just skip ahead real quick. All right, so there wasn't a perspective change, but there probably will be after this. So the three started to get loud again, and I stood up from my chair, unable to ignore them. So he says, "Hey, you're coming with me," and we're going to listen to him. I should listen to Koharu. I don't want him to get upset with me. Besides, I want to get rid of him. Where are you going?
散歩だ。付き合え。
Oh.
うわ
Oh my goodness.
腹が減った減った減った減った
Wow, you're so childish. Calm down, please. I'll buy you something at the convenience store. As I tried to comfort him, Yukimura abruptly stopped his temper tantrum.
待っておるぞ
He's like, okay. Gosh, he's so simple. Seeing Yukimura's childishness, I remembered that the guardian spirits were often said to be childlike.
一人で大丈夫ですか目つきと態度と性格が悪そうな小春さんと一緒なんて心配です
Rough looking, but he's a huge softie underneath. We've already seen this. Toga did look very concerned.
てめえ、神だからって何でも言っていいと思うなよ。
お、小春、今こそ神を滅する時だぞい。
Strict down like God.
てめえは焚きつけるな。
Koharu, irritated, grabbed me by the hand.
ほら、さっさと行くぞ。
Oh my goodness. He's being forceful. Okay. Okay, we'll go. Koharu pulled me and I swiftly left my room. As soon as we stepped outside, Koharu let go of my hand.
あいつらがいるとうるさくて仕方ねえ。
That's why you wanted to go for a walk.
まあな。
I understood where he was coming from, but the only reason I'm here is because I'm scared of Koharu. I started walking and I followed timidly behind him. We walked together in silence and I made sure to keep my distance from him. Before I knew it, we reached the park. If only he was scary and actually haunted her. When he says that he's going to, quote, haunt her, he, like, cast a spell on her in Yukimura's route, and then that was it. That was his haunting. It was slightly disappointing, actually. Like, I thought haunting was supposed to be an ongoing thing, like when ghosts haunt, you know, buildings and mansions and whatnot. But whatever. I wonder how far we were going to walk. We had walked all the way to the park, but I had no idea if he had a destination in mind. Finding the awkward silence unbearable, I spoke up. So, how far are we going?
決めてねえよ。散歩ってのはそういうもんだろ。
I guess so. I wonder if we're gonna find Senna out in the park. Yeah, I guess.
ま、そろそろ戻るか。コンビニに行くんだろ。ついて行ってやる。
Alright, she can't see Senna. She only got to that ghost sight whenever Koharu cast a spell on her. Oh, okay, thank you. Koharu's eyes narrowed.
明日からこき使ってやるから、礼なんていらねえよ。
Are you though? Oh, what will I be doing?
そうだな。こっくりさんをやろうとしているやつを見つけたら、ぶん殴ってもらおうか。
Why, so you don't have to work? What? You can't do that. Seeing my reaction, Koharu chuckled. Is he messing with me?
冗談だ。だが、やめさせることはできるだろ
Suppose. Well, I guess. But honestly, I don't think too many people play with spirit boards anymore. With the exception of Sayaka, of course. I muttered the words in my head. Do you dislike being a spirit board?
ああ、面倒ったらね。一族が担ってることだから、仕方なくやってるだけだ。
Family business, huh? Okay. Koharu stared at the ground, muttering.
だが、人に呼ばれ続けるのも必須でな。
That you're meaning to life? Is that some kind of rule or something?
そんなんじゃねえ。ただ、人に忘れられたら消えちまうってだけだ。
Oh, that's sad. He spoke matter-of-factly. I couldn't help but give him a shocked look in return.
あやかしは人が作り出した空想の産物に過ぎねえ。空想の力がたまればたまるほど正確に形作られていく。だが形作られたもんも忘れられていけばなかったことになる。人間ってのは勝手な生き物だぜ。
I've always wondered if Koharu and Yukimaru started off being human. It sounds like that they haven't. I'm not even sure where Yukimaru came from or how he manifested. He just started out being a god, and then he helped a human couple, and then he became a guardian spirit instead of a god. He lost his godlyhood. I forgot to say this at the beginning, but spoiler warnings for any other route other than Koharu's because I talk about them as they become relevant. And I don't hold anything back. I mean, if you're this far into the game and you've been watching from the beginning, you should know that I talk about stuff as they become relevant. I don't hold back spoilers. But yeah, so I wonder if Koharu is just a spirit manifested by human imaginations. I was struck silent. I was surprised to hear about how spirits live, and I was hurt by the words Koharu said at the end. So I guess I can't blame him for thinking we humans are selfish. But if that's the case, then you really need to play your role as the spirit board, right?
この町くらいなら大丈夫だろ。こっくりさんは全国で有名だからな。
Well, I guess you have a point. Quitus. Ubiquitous? Quitus. I can't say that word. Spirit boards are ubiquitous. I guess he's safe for now, at least. I don't know what that word means. I can't even pronounce it. I bought some items at the convenience store and walked outside to see Koharu waiting for me. Thanks for waiting. I didn't know how much spirits ate, so I bought a ton of rice balls and bread.
見せろ。
Huh? Oh, sure. I opened the bag for him.
雪丸にこんなにくれてやらなくていい。これとこれはお前が食え。命令だ。
You eat this one and this one. As Koharu looked through the bag, he pointed to a few items. Are you trying to fatten me up or something?
んなくだらない真似しねえよ。ただ、雪丸のバカがムカつくだけだ。
I'm making you withhold them from Yukimaru.
それにお前は晩飯をほとんど食ってないから余裕だろ。
Oh, that's the real reason, because he cares. He noticed I barely touched my dinner? I glanced at Koharu and our eyes met. Oh, he looked away. He's so attentive of her. We both looked away quickly.
何見てんだよ。
Nothing.
追加で命令だ。今度から飯を残すな。特に誰かが作ってくれたもんはな。
All these rules, man.
当たり前のもんなんてね。日が経つにつれ、日常は徐々に変わっていく。日々与えられているものに感謝しろ。お前が自分のことを考えるのは、それからだ。
Although he spoke in a harsh manner, his words seeped deep into my heart. Thanks for the advice. I thank Koharu from the bottom of my heart.
勘違いするな。俺は食い物だったり他者からの行為を無下にする奴が許せねえだけだ。
He looked deeply serious. In fact, for a second, he looked almost irritated. Has someone been unappreciative of you? I saw the expression from him before. It scared me, but seeing it now... Tilted back to reality, I saw Koharu had already begun walking home. I jogged to catch up to him, this time walking side by side with him. Maybe Koharu isn't as scary of a spirit as I thought. The orders he gave me weren't exactly what I was expecting. If anything, they seemed designed to help me, and he was actually quite kind. Yay! He's so irritated. When we left, she was following timidly behind me, but now she's walking right next to me. In truth, it made me feel rather awkward. Why am I letting this human get to me? Because you have a soft spot for humans, that's what Yukimaru said. Perhaps this is partly my fault. I called her out, scolding her about eating her food and accepting the kindness of others. But the fact that she listened so intently showed she wasn't a bad person. And what am I doing? He sighs so heavily. They say when you get involved with humans, all the little things that didn't seem to bother you before now got on your nerves. This is all her fault. Why did she have to mess up the ritual? And where did that stupid rule even come from? The one that says we have to haunt people? Thinking back on it, it had been a while since someone had messed up the ritual in my district. I'd bet anything that stupid Yukimaru scared her, and that's why she let go. Stupid Yukimaru. Alright, Koharu, you should take this. Here you go. You giving him food? Lisa silently took out an inari rice ball from her bag and offered it to me.
いらねえよ。お前が食っとけ。
Aren't you hungry, though?
基本的にあやかしは食わなくても平気だ。雪丸は食うのが好きってだけでな。
He's a special case. Oh, I had no idea. I bought this one for you. She bought it for me? I guess I'll have to give it to Yukimaru.
ダメだ。あ、いや。あいつにやるくらいなら、俺が食う。
No, he can't have it. We're denying him food. As I rushed to explain myself, Misa smiled and handed the inari to me. How long has it been since I made contact with someone, let alone seen them smile? I wasn't used to it. It felt awkward. That's why I wasn't good with humans. He's so adorable. After I returned to my room, I took the career path survey that was sitting on top of my desk. What should I do about this? I muttered to myself and quickly got an answer.
しなきゃいいだろ。
Okay, we've seen this. He's like, you know, just don't fill it out. You can take some extra time, think about it, and make the right decision. Anyway, next. That was really cute and long, like, extra stuff. I said that the extra stuff was quick. It might not be so quick in this episode. Alright, so we're in chapter 2 now. And when we're thinking about Yukimaru, we think he's kind of noisy. He's not godly anymore. Now he's just noisy. It was kind of noisy. There was a lot of talking involved.
へえ、やっぱり中身も子供っぽいのかな。
I forgot she was describing him to Sayaka.
あ、でも見た目は子供じゃないって言ってたよね。
Well, my memory is kind of hazy, so I don't totally remember. I sensed her curiosity, so I tried to throw her off the trail by being ambiguous.
なんだ、そっか。
Sorry. The whole time we talked, I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being watched. I must be imagining it, right?
私も会ってみたいな。どこで会ったんだっけ？
Well, I guess I could tell her the location. At Tsukuma Shrine.
よし、早速放課後行ってみよっと。毎日勉強漬けだから気分転換にもなるしね。ねえ、あなたも行く？
Nah, I'll pass. I've had my fill of that kind of stuff. Pretty sure we've seen all this, so we're gonna go ahead and skip. Alright, we're gonna go and visit Koharu at the station. There's somewhere I wanted to drop by, so please go on without me. As I spoke, Yukimaru burst into tears.
もう、わがままですよ。それくらい我慢できなくてどうするですか？
I think in the first one, we walked home with him or something like that.
この悲しみがわからぬとは。どうか殿だって殿だまるに夢中だったではないか。
そんなことは。
Maybe I should just go home.
おい、今のうちに行くぞ。
He's like, let's dish these losers. Suddenly Koharu pulled me by the hand. Ah. Before I could react, Koharu started running. Let's run away together. So funny. When we arrived at the station, Koharu finally let go of my hand. Ah.
ちょっと早く走りすぎたか。
Seeing me out of breath, Koharu looked at me with a guilty expression on his face. No, I'm just not good at sports or exercise in general. After I caught my breath, Koharu spoke up.
それで、寄りたいってのはどこだ？
Well, I haven't really decided.
あ？てめえ、気を利かせてやったってのに。
I thought I was helping you. I'm sorry. I just didn't feel like going home right now. No doubt my mom is home right now. I needed time to emotionally prepare myself before heading home. My face must have said it all, and Koharu didn't press the issue further.
そんじゃ、散歩しながらゆっくり帰るか。
With that, he began to walk ahead of me. Koharu's pace was slow, as if to match my normal walking speed. Maybe it's because he saw how out of breath I was. He was silent as he continued to walk beside me. Maybe this is his way of being considerate. I always had a hunch Koharu might actually be a very kind spirit. I'm glad it's him I'm with right now. As I thought these things, I stole a glance at him. In his normal clothes, he doesn't look like a spirit at all.
何ジロジロ見てやがる。
Oh, I was just thinking how you look like a normal person. When I spoke honestly, Koharu shot me a perplexed glance.
当たり前だろ。あやかしに見えたら化けてるって言わねえ。
You got a point there. With that, the conversation ended. Feeling awkward in the silence, I tried to think of something for us to discuss. Then I spoke to him. Walks. We're going to talk about walks. Koharu, do you like to go on walks? I asked and Koharu smiled in response.
まあそうだな。静かな場所で外の空気を吸うのは心が落ち着く。
I know what you mean. This is the beach town, and the smell of the ocean breeze always calms me down. I'll sometimes go into the city, but whenever I come home and smell the ocean breeze, I'm always relieved to be back home.
それなら海浜公園のあたりがお前の気に入る場所か。
You nailed it. You're pretty knowledgeable about this town.
俺は長年この町で仕事してるからな。
I see, so I guess spirits must have regions they're in charge of. In that case, he must know Narimigahama pretty well. Is there a spot you like in Narimigahama, Koharu? Koharu awkwardly scratched his head as he spoke.
お前と同じ場所だ。別に合わせたってわけじゃなくて偶然だからな。
He likes the same place as you. Then next time we take a walk, let's go to Beachfront Park.
また俺と散歩する気かよ。
Why not? Huh? Did you say something?
なんでもねえよ。
Koharu coldly turned away. I wonder what he said. After I returned home, I turned on the TV and played Toto Tomorrow as promised. Both Yukimura and Toko watched intently on the couch.
おお、殿田丸は大人の姿になれるのか。
I'm gonna
声が詰まっとる。
skip a little bit to see if there's a perspective change, and then I'll go to the next choice. Okay, the answer was no. This is not an affection choice, so I'm gonna say, why is my mom pushing for med school? And we've already read this, so I'm gonna go ahead and skip it. And now that we know that Koharu has made Tomagayaki, we're going to say it was really delicious. It was funny what he said when he said it was addicting. It's like, if you don't like it, it's fine. It was really delicious. It was really delicious. My sister also liked it a lot. I wish I could let my mom have some too. I whispered softly and Koharu smiled.
今の状況でも母親を思いやれるのは褒めてやる。
I mean, it's not like I hate my mom because of what happened. I could never hate her.
それじゃ、また作ってやるか。
Koharu smiled and I clapped with joy. Oh, yay, thank you so much. You're really good at cooking, aren't you, Koharu?
昔、お前みてえに儀式の最中に失敗した男がいてな。その男は病気な上に貧乏で、飯もろくに食えなかった。見かねた俺が そいつに料理を作ってやってな。それ以来興味が湧いて、いろいろ覚えたのが始まりだ。
He's supposed to haunt people, but he seems like he's always ends up helping them. Alright, we've already seen the rest of this, but I'm going to skip ahead because I saw a perspective change and I want to see the context of it. Okay, Yukimura told her that he doesn't actually hate humans, he has a soft spot for them. And now we're in Koharu's perspective. It's so frustrating. Yukimura always is making up stuff. Saying I get sad when partying with mortals, ridiculous. He's right though.
たく、面倒なのは俺自身じゃねえか。
I wish I could quit being a spirit board. I sighed and touched the scar on my left eye, and as always, the memories of things long past replayed in my mind. I always ended up getting too attached to the people I get involved with. And if their end was unfortunate, it's unbearably painful. If called, I can respond, but if not, I'm powerless. No matter how close we are, why can't I just walk away? I just have to finish this haunting and leave. But already I found myself getting involved, curious about whether or not she'd fix things with her mom, if she'd find her path.
なんて性分だよ。まったく。
I couldn't stop myself from sighing. Enough, I'm tired of thinking about this. Maybe I'll go make some tamagoyaki instead. He's such a kind person. Like, he's got deep trouble and anguish, and I feel bad for him. I wonder if we're gonna, well, I'm pretty sure we are, but I can't help but wonder what his past is about and why he hates it so much. Alright, so we're gonna skip now. We've decided our path. Seigin University. And skip. Going back and rereading some context, so I am caught up with what the choice means. I just rewound just a little bit. I guess he still wants to talk about what I said in my room. Yes, I already wrote it down on the survey. I'm going to submit it today. Koharu didn't say anything and merely looked down at the ground. Both you and Yukimura listened to me and helped me out so much. I really appreciate all the two of you have done for me. If it hadn't been for the two of you, I don't think I could have overcome this challenge.
立ち直ったか。なら、どうしてそんな顔してやがる？
Huh? Truthfully, I had no idea how I looked. I thought I was speaking to him normally. How do I look to him?
おととい、母親とやり合った時よりもひでえ顔してるぞ。
But that's not true. It can't be. Don't say that.
事実を言ってるだけだ。あの天然ボケかましてる雪丸でさえ気づいていたぜ。
Please stop.
昨日、何があったのか話せ。お前みたいなやつが一人で抱え込んでも。
Just leave me alone. This has nothing to do with you. I couldn't help but shout back at him. Your purpose is to haunt me, right, Koharu? That's your job, right? Then why are you doing the complete opposite of that? I didn't want to say those words to him, but again my emotions got the best of me and I couldn't stop the rage from pouring out of me. Surprisingly, Koharu said nothing in return. His expression just turned even more stern. Yet there was no anger in his face, rather he seemed sad or even disoriented. Seeing him like that stopped me in my tracks. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry,
お前の言う通りだな。
He quietly mumbled and turned around to walk away from me. Man, after he said that he wished that it was a bad trait of his, that he wished he didn't get involved, that he could just haunt the person and go away. And then she yelled at him, saying it's none of your business. It must have really hurt. Please wait. Koharu stopped. Didn't mean that, it's just... Didn't know what to say after that. In the end, I just let the silence drag on. Standing there alone, I wanted to cry. Koharu turned around, walked back to me, and patted me on the head.
お前がじっくり考えて出した答えを否定するような言い方をした。悪かったな。
He's so... How could he be so kind? He gently patted my head and my heart grew warm. It made me want to cry even more. I meant it when I said you guys saved me. I really did. You're such a kind person. I had been lying to myself before. I was surprised when the truth escaped my lips. I realized I was only telling myself I was okay. Koharu laughed suddenly.
人じゃねえ。あやかしだ。
His smile made me feel a little relieved. I felt a sense of happiness return to me, and we're going to smile back at him. Even if I were to talk to him about my decision, I don't think it would put him at ease. In which case, all I can do is give him a genuine, reassuring smile. Oh hey, since my future's been decided, how about some tamagoyaki to celebrate? Thinking of his delicious tamagoyaki brought joy to my heart and helped me give him a genuine smile.
そういうのは本当に決まった時に取っておくもんだぜ。
Huh? You mean you're sticking around until I get accepted into Seigin?
どうだろうな。ま、お前をたたるには骨が折れそうだぜ。
That seems like too much trouble. He just doesn't want to leave yet. His reply was ambiguous, leaving my heart thumping in response. Here I was, thinking I wanted him to leave as soon as possible. But now, is this humanity? What is it about him that seems so special? After talking with Koharu, I noticed a few students starting to arrive. Then a familiar face approached.
Misa, ohayo.
Oh, morning. Saika stood in front of us. She looked dumbfounded, staring at Koharu without saying a word.
こいつはいつもの。
Koharu seemed annoyed and began muttering to himself. Oh, that's right. So, you know what? We're just gonna go ahead and skip because we've already seen all this. Alright, I think Yukimura was being stubborn about something. I don't remember what it was about, but we're gonna say, you know what? I said I'm fine. Trying to shut him down only seemed to make him even more stubborn. I told you I'm fine. I was getting defensive, but it only made Yukimura dig in his heels even more.
大丈夫ではないのだ。暗い色の木が主様を覆っておるのだぞ。
It's probably related to his, it's probably related to her career path survey again. Guess I can't hide my feelings from a spirit. I gave up on trying to fight him inside. Yukimura flashed me a triumphant smile. Gosh, I couldn't help but give a wry smile in return. I just couldn't stay mad at him. Well, there's no point in arguing like this. Why don't we just head home? In response, Yukimura just shook his head.
今の主様に必要なのは気分転換じゃ。出かけてきてはどうだ?
But I've already skipped school. I don't think I could do that.
言いたいこともわかるが、主様の体調不良は心から来ておるのだぞ。
Alright, we're gonna go ahead and continue. But now we are going to the cafe with Koharu. Having partied with Yukimura, I decided to head to the cafe to clear my mood. As I headed towards the cafe, I noticed someone familiar. Is that Koharu over there? I approached him and softly called out to him. Koharu? As soon as Koharu noticed me, he immediately turned into his human form.
今日は随分と早いんだな。
Oh, yeah, some stuff came up. I didn't want to worry him and quickly tried to change the topic. What are you doing here?
散歩だ。どこかでこっくりさんをされる前にな。
Right, if he has summoned, he has to go. I was planning on eating a parfait in the cafe, but going on a walk with him sounded like a better idea. If you don't mind, would it be okay if I tagged along? I want to get my mind off of things. Koharu laughed softly.
ついてきても面白くないぞ。それでもいいなら勝手にしろ。
With that, he began to walk, and I chased after him. Going to our favorite spot. We ended up walking towards beachfront park, stopping and admiring the scenery along the way. Spending time with him like this seemed to calm my troubled heart. But that's right, there was something I wanted to ask him. What came to mind was, So there's still another one of these in chapter 4. So first, we're just going to stick to the one choice. We're going to say spirit. Do spirits opt to interact with one another?
まあぼちぼちだな。俺はあまり関わらないようにしてる。面倒だからな。
But you seem to be especially close with Yukimaru.
あ？ありゃ特別に仲が悪いんだよ。俺たちの意見があったり、一致団結したりは絶対にねえ。
He's like, what's wrong with your brain? But when it comes to me, I feel like at the end of the day, you cooperate with him.
そりゃお前が特別。
Oh, I'm special.
特別。おっちょこちょいで空回り名人だから、協力しなきゃカバーできねえんだよ。
You tried really hard to cover that up. You don't have to sound so rude about it.
いや、今のは。
Now look what you've done. No, I'm not going to back down here. I'll do my best not to trouble you, okay?
おう、そうか。
He's so cute.
お前みたいなやつは嫌いじゃないぜ。
It wasn't like he was saying he likes me, but for some reason hearing him say he doesn't mind made me feel a little happy. It's so cute. I'm going to skip and see if there's a perspective change. I'm not really sure what kind of conversation they had, but they had a conversation and Toka was teasing Koharu about blushing about something, and Toka said that Misa's sister ate her pudding and then she screamed. And then Toka was like, oh yeah, she really likes sweets, blah blah blah. So I don't think it was anything too important, but anyway. As I was about to go for a stroll, Misa walked out and asked to join. I ended up on an evening stroll with Misa, but...
お前、いつもこんな時間に一人でコンビニ行くのか？
No, I think she just wants to be with you. Doesn't this girl know it's dangerous to walk around alone at night? Not really, I just wanted to join you on your walk.
そうかよ。
He's like, fine. What's with her? Why would she want to follow me? She used to be scared of me. And also, what's wrong with me? It's like I'm starting to enjoy spending time with her. Oh, and can we talk about anything other than my career? I want to do that on my own. Isa's expression was different from the morning. There was a new light in her eyes. It seemed Yukimaru and Toka's efforts had paid off, at least for now. I felt a mix of relief and surprise. Relief that she was feeling better, and surprised that I cared for this human that I was haunting. What's so funny?
別になんでもねえ。
I ran my fingers through Misa's hair, patting her head. Oh, really? Hey, stop that. I didn't mind the time I spent with her. But I can't stay here for long. Time flows differently for spirits than mortals. If I grow too attached, it'll only bring pain again. So I resolved to stay with her. At least until she decided on her career path. Oh, pain again. What is your story? Chapter 4? Oh my goodness. Sleigh bells. Yeah, at this rate, we're not going to be reading chapter 5 of Koharu. This is where it's going to end after these choices. Let's go ahead and skip. Alright, I forgot what Koharu actually ordered her to do. He called her a dog and ordered her to do something. I forgot what it was, but orders are orders, though. If it's an order, then I guess I have no choice but to send Yukimaru away. Okay, that's what it was. I tried to sound serious as I said this, and Koharu grinned.
それでこそ、俺の犬だ。
何をしようというのだ。我を消すなんて、そんな。
Yukimaru turned pale and began to quiver. He backed away while shaking his head. I couldn't help but smile at his reaction. It just meant my guardian spirit is going to have to make me happy, then you are free to go, right?
なんと、主様も人が悪い。肝が冷えたではないか。だが、 初めて認めてくれたの。
Because, yes, because you're so stubborn. Oh, poor face. Yukimura appeared stunned by my tone. His expression changed so fast that Koharu and I exchanged looks and burst out laughing.
そんな優しくない言葉どこで覚えたのだ。まるで小春じゃ。
Koharu's over there all smug.
おい、なんで俺なんだよ。
Yukimura then cleared his throat, regaining his composure.
まあよい。小春も手伝うと言っているのじゃ。大船に乗ったつもりでいてくれい。
言ってねえだろうが。
Thank you so much. Their playful arguing was so entertaining, I found myself genuinely laughing at their back and forth. Koharu gave a wry smile at my laughter.
ったく、仕方ねえな。まあ、お前は前向きに考えてろ。難しく考えすぎなんだよ。
Koharu poked my forehead lightly with his forefinger. But it didn't bother me. I could tell below that gruff exterior was a deep and true kindness. Guys, you remember we're outside, right? I look like a crazy person talking and laughing by myself. I realized how strange I must have appeared. Well, I've already seen all this, so I think we're just going to skip again. And now we're talking to Koharu, I believe, and we're reminiscing on Sayaka. And we're going to say I was her emotional support. We're talking about when she was back in middle school and how she had no friends. I've always been Sayaka's emotional support. It's kind of like I have to be there for her. I was filled with mixed emotions as I spoke. Oh, because she told Sayaka that she's no longer going to Seigin, and Sayaka gave her a charm to kind of ensure that she would go, hoping that it would, and then she kind of rejected it. I mean, I think she took it, but she told her she's not going. Sayaka was a dear friend, so being there for her came naturally to me. Yukimaru, who had been silent until that point, suddenly spoke up. Oh, we're not even talking to Koharu, we're talking to Yukimaru. But we've already seen all this, we're just going to skip. And we got a Koharu perspective. I'm glad that it stops us, because I would have just skipped right over this. Back home, I looked around to assure that nobody else was in the kitchen. After checking, I began to prepare breakfast. Oh, is this what he cooks for her in the morning? Lisa's mother had already done most of the cooking. All I needed to do was reheat it. Oh, okay, never mind. As I turned on the stove and microwaved some dishes, my thoughts drifted to Misa. In particular, her situation with Sayaka. She looked so glum again, but her expression was now different from before. Now she seemed to have a desire to work through all of this without fear.
いい顔するようになったじゃねえか。
I haven't known her long, but she seemed to often fall into depression. Even her laughter felt hollow. Something about her changed recently, a spark of something new.
久しぶりにいい気分だぜ。
I'll make her a big breakfast that will brighten her mood even more. All that was left was to make the tamagoyaki. He cooks to make her feel better. It's so cute. After returning home, I found that Mom and my sister had already left for work. I quickly washed my face and entered the living room. I wanted to see if she eats the breakfast or not.
それ10日殿。
だって
Okay, I guess not. Whatever, it's fine. We're just gonna skip. Alright, we're gonna go to Narimigahama Station. In addition to the shopping mall, there was various small shops near the station. I browsed the area looking for something to get Sayaka. Then just as I was about to head into a store, is that Koharu? I approached him, looked around, and quietly called out to him. Koharu, what a coincidence seeing you here.
ああ、お前か。こっくりさんで呼ばれてな。
He looked exhausted. I couldn't help but wonder if he'd been asked about. I wish I could cheer him up somehow. Unable to find any words of encouragement, I thought changing the subject would be a good way to distract him. Hey, you know, I was in the middle of shopping, but I could use a break. I'm going to take a seat on that bench over there. Care to join me, Koharu? Koharu thought for a moment, then discreetly transformed into a human. Guess he's accepting my invitation. We walked to a nearby bench and sat down. Maybe I can find something cheerful to talk about to lighten the mood. So we're going to look at cooking last, so we're going to check out his likes. Koharu, what do you like outside of taking walks and cooking?
それを外されたら何も残らねえぞ。
Come on. You know how Yukimaru likes to eat and love sweets.
穏やかな時間だな。
You sound like your grandpa.
それは褒めてんのか？
Not really a compliment or anything, just the truth, but I like that. Peaceful times.
なんだ、お前も好きなのか？
I never really thought about it, but yeah, I like peaceful times. The time I spend with you is comforting, so I like that as well. That's why talking to you like this calms me down. It's nice.
そうかよ。
I think this is our first time to see him blush in like any of the new context. I know he blushes a lot throughout the common route. He seems pretty red.
まあ、お前との時間も悪くないかもな。好きな方かもしれねえ。
Oh?
あ？お前顔赤いぞ。熱でもあんのか？
Of course, he thinks it's a fever. It's nothing, I'm fine. I think I understand why Koharu was red before. But if I think about it more now, I'll just end up redder. We're starting to enjoy each other's company. Alright, go back out. Alright, dislikes. Do you have any weaknesses, Koharu? I feel like you wouldn't.
俺にだってあるさ。スマホが苦手でな。
Oh, why is that? What? You have one?
なわけねえだろ。ほら、人間はよくスマホで写真を撮るだろ。イラついてて、容器が高まると映っちまってな。
If you're ever irritated, you show up in them? Really? What? You appear clearly?
いや、ぼやっとって感じだな。目が光って映った時があって、何度か心霊写真特集で紹介されてる。
Wow, that's amazing. You're famous.
いくらすごくてもごめんだ。一族にこってり絞られて、面倒ったらねえぜ。
A whole clan, huh? Clan? I know, right? Does that mean there's a clan of spirit boards?
そういうわけだから、俺にスマホを向けるなよ。向けた分だけたたってやるからな。
I would be pointing my phone at him all the time. I promise I'll never point it at you. Why not? Why don't you want him to haunt you more? But if I were to get a picture of Koharu, I bet Sayako would be really excited. Is that why he doesn't like people who love the occult like Sayaka? Why? Because she has a smartphone? She takes pictures? Anyway. Alright, concerns. You look like you don't have a care in the world, Koharu.
あ？お前喧嘩売ってんのか？
Why is that your response? Why would you think that? I wasn't trying to do that at all.
俺にはそれはもう、でっけえ悩みがあんだよ。仕事のことでな。
You sure seem intense about it. Your job is being a spirit board, right? What kind of stress does that bring? He let out a long sigh, and he looked like he had aged decades in a single moment. Apparently, whatever it is pretty serious.
来る日も来る日も答えにくい質問してくる人間が本当に苦手で嫌いでムカつくんだよ。あと、何個も何個も質問してくるやつ。儀式を失敗しねえかなって願うばかりだ。すぐにたたってやるのによ。
I'd haunt them right there on the spot. Just stop asking me dumb questions, fail the ritual so I can haunt you and be done with you. Wow, his anger goes pretty deep.
俺がこっくりさん呼んで、この悩みの答えを聞きてえくらいだ。
Oh, I'll hear you out from now on. You can rely on me anytime, but I doubt I'll be able to give you a good answer.
そりゃいいな。そんじゃ早速頼むぜ。意味わかんねえこと聞いてくる奴らを滅してんだが。
You could just scare them, that'll probably shut them up. Oh, look at the time. We should end our chit chat and get going. He doesn't even don't give him time to respond. That's no fun. Alright, let's go back over and talk about cooking. Alright, cooking. You're really good at cooking, Koharu. That tamagoyaki is amazing. I'd love to eat it again.
おい、よだれ出てるぞ。
There's no way I am. I wouldn't be drooling at this age.
ムキになってるってことは、俺の卵焼きはよだれが出るほどうまかったってことか。
Well, I guess that might be the case. It's true, but it's so annoying he noticed.
まあ、また作ってやるよ。料理をするのは好きだからな。
Oh, yay, I can't wait. Out of curiosity, do you do any baking?
今までねえな。和食も洋食も中華も作るが、飯しか作らねえ。
Ah, I see. If his tamagoyaki was that good, I bet his baking would be incredible.
おい、また口元が緩んでるぞ。
Ah. That was a really cute high-pitched squeal. I gotta stop thinking about food. Well, that is the end of the choices in chapter 4. So I'm going to skip ahead until we get to any new unread content.
気合の入ったいい声だが、また一人で大丈夫なのか?
Okay, I think we just got done talking to Sayaka. She admitted that she was trying to cast a spell on us, and Toga said that she did it wrong. And so we explained that to her. And now she's at her computer researching spell when Koharu entered her room. I turned to see Koharu standing beside me. How about we don't start with such a negative sentiment?
悪い。ただ、お前は空回り名人だからな。気になっただけだ。
Read in circles. He was right and I had no response. Fine. If that's what you think, why don't you help me? I snapped back at him, feeling vexed. Knowing Koharu, even though I was asking for his help, he probably wouldn't give it.
仕方ねえな。って言っても、進路先を探すって何すりゃいいんだ?
Well, she was looking up what the word spell is, but now I guess she's lost with what to do with her career path and she doesn't know where to start. Oh, she got sidetracked, and so she was going to start looking up for her career path, and then he popped in. His unexpected agreement left me stunned. Wait, seriously?
あ? お前が手伝えって言ったんだろうが。
Yeah, but it wasn't like Koharu, and it felt strange. I stared at him, conveying my surprise, and Koharu roughly scratched his head, looking away.
今朝、約束しただろ。お前を手伝うって。雪丸が勝手に言ったことだが、一度了承したんだ。
Come to think of it, this is how things ended up when the two of them were bantering. I didn't think he was taking it so seriously, but it makes me really happy that he is. I couldn't help but smile. That makes me happy, thank you.
勘違いするなよ。進路が決まって幸せになってくれりゃ、雪丸が消えて、お前をたたりやすいってだけだ。
Sure, whatever you say. Right. In that case, how about we ask Yukimura to help us too?
いらねえよ。
No. Huh?
あいつがいると邪魔くさくて仕方ねえ。俺だけで十分だ。
Rely on me and only me. I suppose that's true. But Yukimura has been helpful at times too. Maybe it would be better if he was here. On the other hand, Koharu wants to do this himself and I don't want to offend him. Then I'll take you up on that offer. As I spoke, I noticed Koharu wouldn't look me in the eyes.
お前までそんなの信じてんのか？
He gestured towards my computer screen, which displayed the search I did on spells. That's not what you think. I was just looking into it because of what happened today.
まじないってのは気軽にできるもんじゃねえ。力ある者がきちんとした儀式をやってこそ作用する。
Like you. After hearing him say that, I began to rethink my initial dismissiveness towards spells. So there are spells that work. That's a little scary. I realized that Sayaka, on the other hand, would be thrilled to hear that. Do you know a lot about curses, Koharu? My curiosity piqued, I asked Koharu, who seemed to ponder his answer for some time.
そこまでじゃねえが、少しなら知ってるな。
Can you give me an example? My curiosity pushed me to ask more, and Koharu appeared somewhat dejected.
お前、まさかそういうのに頼って進路を決めようとしてるのか？
Of course not. I would never do something like that. I was just curious.
ま、お前はそういうやつだよな。
Huh? Then why did you ask if you knew what I was going to say?
念のためだ。雪丸にビビってこっくりさんに手を出したんだ。窮地に追いやられたらまたやるんじゃねえかってな。
That was impulsive, though. I don't know if she would do something like that. Like, it was instinct, not impulsive. You scared her, she jumped to let go. I mean... Oh, no, I've learned my lesson. I'll never do something like that again. Koharu gave a wry smile.
二度はないか。ま、そうだな。
I didn't mean that I regret summoning you, Koharu. Nothing like that. I'm actually really glad I met you. I quickly clarified, not wanting him to misunderstand, and Koharu turned noticeably red. Koharu? He coughed a few times, trying to hide his embarrassment.
狐の嫁入りっていう話を聞いたことはあるか？
Oh? Huh? No, I haven't. The sudden change of topic was unexpected, but I was ready to listen.
そんじゃ、話してやる。俺の知ってるまじないをな。
Oh? Hey, we get a story time with Koharu now. The Fox's Wedding is a tale that varies by region, often passed down orally. There are embellished versions of the story, but the one you're about to hear isn't. This is the true story. A spell born from the Fox's Wedding. Allow me to explain. Long ago, a high-ranking fox decided to marry. For a high-ranking fox to take a bride, a certain criteria must be met. The bride must possess abilities strong enough to join the family to ensure the clan's survival. They were the power to shapeshift, communication skills to influence others, and the flexibility to traverse different worlds. They had to have. A female fox believed to possess all three traits was chosen as a potential bride. To prove her powers, she vowed to the male fox, "I shall deceive a human and steal all their gold." The male fox grew fond of her and eagerly awaited her return each day. The female fox ventured into the mortal realm, intending to deceive a human man. But unexpectedly, she fell in love with him. Revealing her true nature to the human, she prepared to confess her feelings, believing he would hate and fear her. Contrary to her fears, the man reciprocated her love and accepted her for who she was. The two eloped, and the female fox never returned from the mortal realm. The high-ranking fox was left in sorrow, and determined to never experience such loss again, he devised a ritual to ensure that his loved one would always return to him no matter what. That's kind of depressing, actually.
と、こんな話があるんだが、そこに出てくるまじないが、これだ。
He made a fox shape with his hand. I mimicked him with my fingers. This is so cute. I like this. I wasn't expecting a CG. I like this. What are they doing? Is he doing a ritual?
ああ、それで合ってる。
This brings back memories. I used to make shadow puppets like this as a kid.
それなら見たことがある。 人の子がこうして遊んでいるのをな。
My mom showed me how to make the fox one, but I never knew it was part of a ritual. It sounds kind of dangerous.
まあ、ただの遊びなら何の害もないし、力のない者がやっても効果は現れない。
But you have power, Koharu. Koharu paused, then took a deep breath. And as he did so, the air around him seemed to change.
我、ここへ思い置く。汝への心、忘れ得ぬ。
What does that mean?
心を置いていくって意味だ。そう誓わせれば、他に心を奪われることなく、里に、自分の元に帰ってくるということだ。
You just performed the ritual on her.
だから、今のを女狐に言わせる習いなんだ。
I think he's doing it unintentionally, but the fact that she's going to like reciprocate his feelings later on is kind of cute, actually. I see. It was kind of scary, but I felt bad for the fox groom who was left alone.
ま、昔のまじないで、今は廃れているがな。
Ritual. A charm passed down in Koharu's clan. Lovers do it with one another so that the heart of their beloved isn't stolen by someone else. According to Koharu, the spell is obsolete. Strange to think that as a kid I used to play with this shape. So wait, what was the saying again? I leave my musings here, never shall I forget thee. I repeated the words, moving my fingers like a fox, then touched Koharu's fox's hand.
おい、何やってんだ
What are you doing? Huh?
俺がまじないを唱えちまった後だろうが。てか、お前も唱えちまってるし。
That's so cute. I don't know what CG I want to use now. What is wrong with him? Is he afraid that he bound her to him? It'll be fine, right? It's not like I have powers or anything like that.
まあ、それもそうか。
It still makes him flustered. Koharu tilted his head and I suddenly had a question. So let me guess. You do this after the chant too.
ああ、それが習わしなんだが。
He seemed contemplative, but still carrying some remnant emotion from the story. But you said the spell is harmless, right?
ああ、俺も聞いたことがあるだけで、今じゃ昔話だ。
You said it's harmless if you don't have any powers, but Koharu has powers. Then we should be safe. Besides, I don't feel like anything happened.
たく、お前はのんきだな。
Like I said, I don't buy into spells, rituals, or magic stuff.
お前のそういうところに救われるぜ。
Oh, I said that I'm not sure what CG I'm going to use. I had originally planned to use the CG from the beginning when Koharu first introduced himself to her, because I feel like the introduction CGs are really good for characters, for like, you know, a good thumbnail into their story. But this is pretty cute.
まあ、俺たちはそういう関係じゃないし、心配することはないか。
Not yet, we don't. Ouch. His words caused a sudden pain in my heart, leaving me taken aback. Wait, why would I care if he felt that way? I mean, I don't have feelings for Koharu. Sure, my heart's skipping a beat around him before, but I've never really seen him like that. Reflecting on our past interactions, I realized I was often drawn to him. Maybe I do like Koharu, but our eyes met and I stole a glance at him.
どうしたんだ
No, it's nothing. Feeling awkward, I quickly pulled away.
今日はもう寝ちまえ。進路のことは明日からだ。
It's okay, I don't have school tomorrow.
赤い顔して何言ってる。熱があるんじゃねえか
He reached to touch my forehead. Yeah, well, I better head to bed. She's feeling highly aware of you now, just like she did with Yukimaru. I dodged his hand and swiftly took a step back.
ああ、そうしろ。明日起こしてやるから、さっさと寝支度して、布団に入れ。
Okay, good night.
ああ、また明日な。
He was about to leave the room but stopped, turning back to me.
なあ、これ借りていいか？朝には返すから。
Pointed at my laptop. Sure, but do you know how to use it?
バカにするな。現代にいるあやかしだぞ。使い方くらい人間を観察していればわかる。
Sorry, feel free to use it.
助かる。それじゃあ借りてくな。
Koharu left the room with my laptop under his arm. I wonder what he needs the laptop for. Sitting on my bed, I mulled over the possibilities and sighed deeply. My cheeks still feel warm. I must have been blushing so bad. Even after Koharu left, his presence lingered in my thoughts as I prepared for bed. As I laid in bed, I found myself unable to sleep as I constantly thought of him. You've just been made aware of your feelings. No, I wanted a perspective. Dang it. I really like this chapter CG for it looks so good. It's very colorful and it just looks really amazing. I don't know. I can't wait to edit this. I could just stare at that while I do my closing thoughts anyway. Yep, this is going to be its own chapter because it's over an hour and that's my cutoff limit for these episodes because I can't after editing, hour and a half, 2 hours, and going down to an hour, going back up for like rows and stuff it was unbearable. This is a good amount of time for me. I'm looking forward to finally going down Koharu's route. I wanted to do him from the beginning, but I don't know, they say like all good things come to those who wait. So I wonder what his painful story is though. Like, I already feel bad for him, the fact that he doesn't want to get involved because he doesn't want to go through something over again. I wonder if it's Hibiki. It probably is, actually, now that I think about it. He was really attached to Hibiki, but it could be something completely different too. It could be he was in love with someone else before her. That would be a first, wouldn't it? Like, no other guy's been in love before. Anyway, that's the end of this episode. If you guys did enjoy, drop a like down below and or subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.